What is going on, everybody? This is Shockwave48 here, coming to you with another video of another new chapter that's just been released today. My Hero Academia 426 has been revealed once again, and of course, some really sad breaking news for those who are unaware about this, manga series of My Hero Academia. They confirmed that the last 5 chapters of this My Hero Academia will be the very last, and 5 chapters, which means the manga will end in August 5th. So, I have to say, I'm really gonna miss this series. I really am. I mean, it has been around for so long, since 2016, and even though I pretty much have missed their seasons and their movies and stuff, but I had a good time enjoying the show. But nonetheless, I mean, they did say they were going to make a spin-off of My Hero Academia, so that's pretty much next year in 2025. So yeah, but I just hope this manga series goes well and has a good ending, and hopefully Deku returns to being here, because I heard on Twitter saying that Deku is retiring, which I don't think that's true. If it is, then I can't complain. I mean, he lost his power during his fight with Shigaraki, so yeah. But enough said and done. I don't want to spoil any other spoilers, so let's jump right in and see what's going on here in 426 of My Hero Academia, guys. Let's do this.
Alright, so we got the 426 spoilers, and before we get into it, let me just quickly point out for anyone who's unaware, but we only have 5 chapters left in this series.
Yep.
It was announced by the creator Horikoshi a couple days ago, and I think it means like 5 chapters from this point on, considering that I think the date for the final chapter is August 5th. I'll talk more about this in my review, which will probably be out tomorrow, but let's get into it. So the chapter begins with the entire family reunited. Rei has serious burns on her face. Fuyumi has a few, and Natsuo got a haircut, and Enji is all bandaged up. Fuyumi says that Shoto didn't have to come, and Rei says that none of the kids did, and Enji says that Rei didn't either. So yeah, the title of this chapter is the Hellish Todoroki Family Final, so this is like, I guess, wrapping up the Todoroki family storyline, and also coming off at the end of the previous chapter, we saw Endeavor sitting in front of like this tank, which presumably was holding Dabi. Shoto says that he has come to fulfill his mission, and that the same goes for the rest of the family. Enji says that since before the war, he had been planning to talk to Toya, but now, in the state that he's in, he can't get around on his own. The hero Endeavor burned to death. Toya replies, "Oh really? My condolences. Giving me all your attention after everything's over is easy, you coward." Enji agrees and says that Toya understands him very well. After all, he's been watching him this whole time and wanted his father to do the same. During this conversation, we see several flashbacks of Toya. Although Deku said that Dabi isn't the Endeavor, Enji says that this doesn't change the fact that his son's flames come from Hellflame. He's been watching Toya's reveal video every day. So let's talk every day from now on. I know it took me too long, but I want to talk to you. In this panel, Endeavor is drawn without the bandages, and Dabi is drawn like young Toya, but still with the Dabi scars, and we hear the sound of Toya's heartbeat measure device. So yeah, I guess this is like the final heart-to-heart between Endeavor and Dabi/Toya here. Now that they've all kind of fought to the death, more or less, and I guess Dabi coming very close to death, I guess that's what we're going to be getting into here. He's finally having his character arc, I suppose. You can hate me all you want. Say it all to me. Fuyumi and Rei also say that they want to talk to him about many things, but the employee from the facility says that they should stop for today, so as not to burden his heart too much. And Shoto says, "Can I ask him just one thing?" But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Hovsco, because I just picked up their Hov Alpha 26-inch electric fat tire bike, and this
bikes
thing
are
is
awesome.
Absolutely incredible. It's probably my favorite possession. Just looking at it, it's incredibly aesthetic, but it also has a 1300-watt motor with a high-capacity integrated battery that gives you a range of up to 80 miles per charge. It also has a max speed of 28 miles per hour, as well as a 450-pound payload capacity, along with an intuitive LCD digital panel, front suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, a Shimano 7-speed shifter, a headlight and a tail light, as well as a solid aluminum crankset.
I want to try one of those bikes and get one of those.
Throttle that allows you to
Looks
just
very
cruise
handy
without having to pedal. Like I said, this thing is incredible. I feel so safe on the road with it, and it's so powerful. It easily blasts through hills and incline and goes through rough terrain and the forest like it's nothing. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get it, because it's kind of difficult to go through trails and unpaved roads with traditional bikes. I also don't own a car, considering that I live downtown in the city. I don't have to deal with like car insurance and parking and mechanics and any of that stuff. You just get around no problem with this bad boy. Also, now's the best time to pick up your Hofsco electric bike, because they're running their Independence Day sale from today, June 27th.
$500 for a battery included
If you get
for
the
free?
Hof Alpha, you'll get an extra battery for free that's worth $499. Or if you pick up their Hof cart, you'll get 3 accessories for free worth $377. So guys, check the link in the description and make sure you use code BIGZ for $100 off. Thank you guys. What's your favorite food? You remain silent and everyone starts to leave, but Toya then replies soba. Shoto says same, and Toya starts crying and calling his brother's name as he remembers their fight, and Shoto saying that their paths will cross even if by force. Shoto, I'm sorry. Wow, that's pretty
now he's
big,
saying
actually.
sorry to him.
I didn't think that we'd get to this point. I mean, I assumed that Toya / Dabi had to have some kind of retribution or character arc coming into the ending of the series, especially after we saw that he survived everything and is now in this chamber barrier thing. Also looking pretty crazy right now. He doesn't resemble, his former self at all. He almost looks like something from Evangelion, like an Ava robot or something. And we see that this thing is like monitoring his heartbeat. And also the employee at this hospital facility place saying that, they should stop for today, not to burden his heart too much. So he can only do so much. I'm not sure if he is going to die, by the end of the series, like the final chapter, but this might be like his fate. He's like resigned to this iron chamber thing, and then Endeavor's kind of redemption to him, and him righting his wrongs and never acknowledging Toya enough as a kid. Maybe he just comes to visit him every day, possibly. And also this comes full circle with Toya trying to right his wrongs to Shoto by actually saying, I'm sorry, which is wild. Also, Rukasu points out that he didn't receive pages 2 and 3, but apparently it's just the doctor saying that Dabi is slowly heading to his death, and Enji telling him that he's retiring. So, yeah, I guess Dabi will eventually die, but I don't know if we're going to see that in the series. It's possible, but also, Endeavor retiring here, which
the
is
number one hero is retiring?
He was seriously maimed in that fight.
Now who's going to take over
Ultron.
be the number one hero?
After leaving the facility, Natsu says that he's not going to meet Enji anymore. He's going to marry his girlfriend. But they won't have a ceremony, and he has no intention of introducing her to his father. Enji says that he completely understands and apologizes once again. Wow, so that's how that ends. Natsuo just cuts off Endeavor from his life, and he's just like, yeah, peace. I can't make amends with you, and I don't even want you in my life, regardless of how much you redeem yourself.
Your father knows about saving money. Everything I'm wearing, I've had since boot camp.
Oh. Fuyumi quits her job, but the mother of one of her students found her a new one. Natsu says that Enji has already taken responsibility and can stop now, but he says that he intends to pay and apologize for his crimes for the rest of his life. Enji says that his kids no longer need to be in contact with him and that he will do everything he can to ensure that none of them suffer the consequence of the whole Dabi scandal, and that's why he survived the war. Natsu says that he's going to face hell, but Enji replies saying that's obvious, since he accepted Toya's invitation to dance. And Natsu says, that's the first time in my life that I thought you were cool. Shoto gets into Natsu's car to go back to school and tells Enji and Rei that he'll be fine with Class A. He's becoming who he wants to be. Endeavor's sidekicks arrive and Rei says even if it's hell, some people are still here with us, as she shows a text from Hawks. Hawks asks how the conversation with Toya went and says that if they have any requests, they just need to ask him. We see Hawks talking to Nagant, and he's shocked to hear that she wants to stay in prison for a while because she's afraid of being used once again. Wow, so I guess that's the end of Lady Nagant's story.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Goes back into
Last
prison
time I saw you got kicked,
personal rehab
during the rain in the Deku arc.
Be like
you got your butt kicked.
Again. He says he wanted her help, and Nagant says that they have to see how society will respond to what Midoriya showed everyone that day. Nagant jokes that she'll be eating food funded by people's taxes for a while longer, and Hawk sticks his tongue out and calls her a villain. We see Gentle and Labrava shouting each other's names as they cry, and the gorilla cops saying that their help has been officially recognized, so they're free now. Back to Hawks, and Rei answers the text saying that he must be busy as the new president of the Public Safety Commission.
Ooh.
Whoa, so Gentle and Labrava are just free now. We saw back in their arc, they were doing their crime spree stuff so that they can get big on TikTok. And after they were arrested, it eventually got to the point of where, UA needed their help. And Gentle and Labrava were pivotal in that final sequence with Gentle bringing down UA with his quirk and then Labrava doing her hacking stuff. So, I guess that's cool. They should be free, to be honest, and they should be heroes, which is what they wanted, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think the best we're going to get here is that they're just free. And then Hawks is now the president of the Public Safety Commission. That's pretty interesting. Hawks asks himself how things will change from now on and calls Mera on the phone. In the last panel, we see Spinner unconscious in a hospital bed and the door to his room opening. Wow. Okay, so
Alright, this is surprising.
Seemingly is alive, which is cool because I think he should have a somewhat dignified ending in this series. He's probably going to be locked up for life most likely, but he should have like a better fate than Dabi. And who's opening the door? Could be Izuku, because the last time that Izuku talked to Shigaraki before he died, he basically said like, hey, tell Spinner I was a G till the end. So that could be Izuku relaying that message, or it could be that weird-looking villain-esque person we saw in the previous chapter, possibly. Not really sure, but I'll go more into this in my...
Okay. Well, that's unexpected. Spinner's alive in the hospital, and pretty much drama going on with Todoroki's family being reunited. I'm glad they're actually, getting to talk once again with, Dabi and stuff, but if Endeavor wasn't supposed to be, wasn't a huge jerk to his family, now that's what happened. It was basically his fault because he caused the drama. He made his wife run away from him, and then he pretty much burned, he ruined everything for his family. Even though he was just so upset, I don't know why would you ruin your whole family for this? And you pretty much let Dabi behind, and now he became the League of Villains, one of the members, and then it's sometimes it's really hard to reunite your family after all the drama you put them through. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta face the consequences of what you've done and just accept it. So yeah, even though he's officially retiring as the #1 hero, that's crazy. Now I'm starting to feel like who's gonna take over Endeavor's spot as he's retiring, and hard to say it's not gonna be Deku because people keep saying he's gonna be retired too. So, and of course, congrats on Hawks being the president of the, whatever he is president of, and yeah, it's crazy. This is just a surprising chapter to me that the Todoroki family is reuniting once again for a little while, but as of right now, they're not gonna see Dabi anytime soon because he's in the hospital. So yeah, but good chapter though, good chapter. So yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I look forward to see what happens on the next chapter. Hopefully we don't have to go on break. I don't know if they said we're going on break, but eventually it'll arrive anytime soon. So yeah, see you later.